That's 20 for me. Yeah, we're gonna roll one up, just one down, pass it around, yeah, pass it around, yeah, banana, don't let that see me.
And you're now tuned in to Jack's local radio show. Jack's local radio show. Jack's local radio show. Jack's local radio show. Welcome to the show, everybody. We got Split Tone in the house.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yes.
We got Ryan Campbell. And we got Joey Peters in the house. From Split Tone.
What's going on?
Welcome to the show, guys. So, Ryan, what do you do for Split Tone?
I am the lead singer. I also play guitar. Play rhythm guitar for the band there. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
And Joey?
I play keys with Split Tone, and I have a great time. I have a great time doing it.
So, tell me about your upbringing, Ryan, and then
Sure.
then go with Joey.
I was born and raised here. Born in Memorial Hospital right there. Grew up, born and raised in the Arlington area of Jacksonville. Like I said, came up. Mom's from Boston. Dad's from Bama. So kind of had the best of both worlds in as far as sports goes. So that was nice.
You got a Boston accent?
Yeah, no, I do have one. It's not real high, but every now and then it gets wicked out there. No, but yeah, no, my family does. But born and raised in Arlington, and then moved out to the beach, shortly after high school and stuff. Just getting out there.
All right, what about you, Joey?
Yeah, I was born in Memphis, Tennessee. Moved here when I was about 3 years old. My story is extremely similar to his. And then we met when we were 14 years old. We went to separate grade schools, both in the Catholic grade school system. And we played basketball, so we actually kind of met out there first, or at least knew of each other. Is that correct?
Just from playing each other, because
Yeah.
you play the same schools. So, I knew
Yeah.
who he was. He was as tall as he is now. He was tall like that back then, so it was definitely easy to know who he was. He was a good player, so we knew who he was. So I knew who he was, but I didn't hey, I'm Ryan or whatever.
Nothing to do with music. I hated every time he shot a three-pointer because it was going to go in.
Oh, you're some ballers.
Yeah, and then we played together in high school, and then I was happy he shot the three-pointers because it would go in. It was good.
Yeah, we got a mean pick and roll going, that's for sure. Very
Yeah.
fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
Very Catholic school basketball.
Very
So he
dominant.
was Jordan and you was Rodman?
I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe Pippen. I'll give him
Yeah,
all that.
Pippen. I'll take that. And I had those.
Yes.
I had the Pippins.
He did have Pippins.
Sophomore year is great.
That's very true. But but as far as that growing up, yeah, that's where we grew up in this, like I said, around town. He was more in he was in the San Jose area.
Yeah.
I grew up in Arlington.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I don't remember this. You just mentioned that we met online.
Oh yeah. Before this.
Oh man, tell me.
So it's so weird.
Is this an online dating bromance?
Sort
Tell
of.
me more.
Like I said, we knew each other, sort of knew of each other from, like you said, playing against
we
each
knew
other.
of each other.
But mutual, that's when AOL back in the day, AOL,
AIM.
and
The
all
free
that stuff.
one.
The
I had
free
the
one.
free
I was like,
one.
oh man, I got 5,000 free minutes.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Windows
yeah,
95.
like 56K, but I had the cable one. He still had 56K. But we started talking through a friend that I went to school with. Somehow, I guess he started talking to him. I don't know how it worked out, but anyways, he hooked up with me. And he, just instant messaged me one day. Hey man, I'm Joey. I know Matt. What do you, what's going on? It's like he says he plays music. He said that you started playing music too. I was like, oh yeah, and he asked me to, hey man, you want to come over and chill or play or hang out or whatever?
Yeah, I have a
and
cool
I'm like,
drum set.
Yeah, and I'm like, because I was just more shy and introverted, so it was always weird because I'd be like, man, I don't know this kid. I don't know who he is. Like, does he play like me? Does he want to do the same stuff as I want to do?
Does he want to play the Counting Crows?
Right, he's going to play like Hootie and the Blowfish, or does he not do that? I don't know where he lives. I don't know who.
Does he want to eat these
like,
three-pointers?
Like, I just going on, and
Right.
he's just like how he is right now. He's just like, yeah, man, come on over. Let's party. Let's hang out. I finally gave in, and and I was over there every weekend.
You broke him in.
Like, yeah, straight up. He's like, hey, man, for when it became to like call me on the phone and be like, yo, you coming? I'm like, yep, I'll be there. Just the regular. Yep.
That was when our moms still drove us around too,
Yeah.
and that's when our moms knew what the regular was. They'd be like, all right,
So,
here
Ryan,
we
you
go."
doing the regular? Yeah, mom.
I used to hide in the back seat of my parents' car when they drove me around. I
yeah.
didn't want to be seen, even though my parents are cool as shit.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah, that's
man.
funny that we did I guess officially meet online, which is
believe
like
that.
old, and that was I guess 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally 20 years
Yeah,
ago.
20 years ago.
So
Awesome.
you met online, and
Yeah.
then you met in person.
Yeah, I went over there, and then like I said, it was on from there. Like his family was great. His the place was awesome. He had a drum set. I play guitar, and we just sit in there and jam and hang out. Like I said, just had a, honestly.
And
just had a
what
great time.
time frame you think this was?
Never
we
a dull moment.
Right before ninth
14.
grade. So
Yeah.
right the summer before high school.
In year
That would be 99.
Later in high school, we'd play basketball together, and we'd play in games. And after the games, it was like, all right, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And there'd be about 4 of us, and it was always kind of like somehow I was like, all right, let's go back to Joey's house.
Yeah.
And we'd end up there. And there was a time where, man, Mom, I'm sorry. Mom, I hope you're not watching, but I hope you are. We had, was there
Man.
4 of us?
I don't know.
There's 4 of us. So a buddy of ours got into his mom and dad's liquor cabinet, and it was a Popov vodka.
Ooh,
I'm not gonna say how old we were at the time.
not old enough.
We decided like, hey, let's get into this Popov vodka, and it was the best idea that any of us had ever had. I think there
it
were
was just
4
three-
of
I
us.
think it was
Was
just
there 3 of
three.
us?
It was just me,
Okay.
you, and
There's-
Kyle.
Yeah. So
Shout out Kyle Johnson.
Yeah, shout out Kyle.
Calling you out too, bud.
Yeah, if you have any law troubles, give him a call. He's
Yeah.
he's good for it.
He is good for it. Okay, Kyle
Yeah.
brought over the Popov vodka he got from his parents' house. He just like, hey guys, I got this.
Kyle,
Nothing's
give me a
going
call.
off. Yeah, he's like, I guess there was no
Right.
parties going on after the game, so we just went back to his house, and his parents were asleep. Luckily, he had a house where they were on the other side of the house, so like we were kind of we went we didn't make a lot of noise. They would never hear us.
Yeah.
So we're just in there, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, let's just do young. So we're like, let's do like 5 shots.
Yeah.
Let's do 5 apiece.
It's reasonable.
It's reasonable, right?
Right.
Quick too. We got to get it over with because we don't know if somebody's gonna open up. So let's just do 5. You go. You
can
do it. Just a round.
One shot glass that I found in the whole house.
Yeah.
The whole house I found.
That sounds
one
like a
shot glass.
suicide to me.
Oh yeah, right. Especially
We
that.
didn't know. I mean, it was
Man.
revolutionary.
Get to number 5. We're like, cool. Everything's great.
I feel great. Do you feel great? I don't even feel anything.
Yeah, and of course
don't
he
even-
was- I don't even.
Dude,
I don't
what's
feel
my
it.
tat say?
It's like I know we
Yeah.
just started doing this,
Doesn't
but I
even
think
work.
I think I'm a pro now. It's like I don't even
Yeah.
feel nothing.
Yeah.
He's like, and he looks at me. He says, "I think I can get to 10."
Let's do 10.
Yeah, I think I can get to 10, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're doing 10. And so started
it
to
again.
line it
And
up.
you said that
then
while he was cross-eyed.
Seriously, then by the time we got there, because we started getting to the point where we're like, whew, okay.
Yeah.
Right before we take one, it like get to 9, and then like the last one, you're like, all right, you want to split it with me?
Yeah. Have these?
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah, but to answer your question, we grew up in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Grew up in Jacksonville.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Isn't that good? Isn't that great? Like,
But yes, we are definitely drinkers, and we're Catholic, so yeah,
it makes sense.
That's
I
to say,
mean,
Catholics will make you feel guilty for different things, or drugs, or sex, or they try to
Except
put the guilt.
drinking.
But drinking, all you want. That's
Yeah.
that's the one
I mean,
advice they
it's
do
fair
not.
game.
I
They don't think it's fair game for them.
I just became a Catholic, brothers.
Yes. Yeah.
Welcome.
Who was the one that brought up Split Tone?
Oh, man.
Well, as far as before Split Tone like became a band or anything, I guess me and him played like I said, we played throughout high school. We played basketball mostly.
The
throughout
morning
high school.
after the night of the vodka is when it all started.
Yeah,
the
that-
Papa vodka is what kicked it off.
Well, that's when we were like, we want to be a party.
We went in our room, in my room, with the drums, and he brought the guitar in, and I cranked some Counting Crows to inspire us, and then we played that same Counting Crows song.
Yeah, like
know,
I think it was Mr. Jones. Was probably like Mr. Jones. I think some like Everclear was in there, like
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Matchbox and Third Eye Blind, like all those pop songs. You know, the late '90s, like what was on the radio and stuff.
Yeah,
we,
so
we played mostly basketball, but we started throughout. We would just like whenever I was at the house, we'd pick up the guitar, he'd pick up the drums, and just kind of play throughout a little bit. And then towards the end of high school, he actually started picking up the piano because his parents had one in the house. They all of his brothers and sisters had to
I see
learn.
you're multi.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually gonna play the cajones later. But
Yeah, I'll do some
he
stuff.
all his brothers and sisters had to learn how to do some kind of thing, key or
Right.
piano or whatever.
We all had to learn an
He
instrument.
was doing keys, and then he went to drums shortly after because just made
Well,
more sense, I
I
guess.
got a
But then he
piano
started
right
getting back
there
to.
too. So
I know. We might have to
Yeah,
get into
so
that.
my piano teacher, when I was 6 years old, she told my mom, she said, "Oh, bless his heart, he's not into this at all, and he's terrible. But he's got okay rhythm. If I don't something to pursue, but I'm done teaching him. Pretty much is what she told my mom, and so." In hindsight, it all came according to plan.
But yeah, so he went to drums straight after that. It's like, man, this kid's got a lot of energy. So let's
Yeah.
give him the drums and see what he can do with it. So we did that mostly, but then he ended up towards the end of high school
Back
getting
at
the piano.
piano.
And so we do guitar, piano stuff, like Coldplay stuff, Jack Johnson stuff,
Yeah.
or whatever, all kinds of, different kinds of stuff like that. But it was always few and far between normally through high school. Like it was secondary to basketball and hanging out and just, like doing high school stuff.
Sure.
So
But then we got into college.
that was
And
the
then
game changer.
I moved to Gainesville, and he would come down, or when I would come back up here, and so we would play at. I had a house in Gainesville. A lot of people mistook it for a bar.
It was right
They
behind all
really
the bars.
did.
It was literally
it
right
wasn't
behind.
a bar, but they turned it
Right
into
behind.
one.
Shout
It was
out all
off
the places.
17th.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
it
you
was
go.
off 17th North, right behind off University, right behind all the bars, right behind the swamp, and people. Yeah, we did have like this sunroom that had a bunch of neon lights and a bar. It actually had a bar in it with a mirror all across.
They
the,
found like a
It
bar
looked like a
throughout
bar.
an old bar.
Well,
Like
no
they were
wonder
getting a new
people thought
bar,
it was a bar.
and
Yeah,
they
it looked
picked
like a
up.
bar.
They literally picked it up like an old bar, like on the side of the road
Yeah.
that they thrown out and put it. So it had,
L-shaped
had like
bar.
the flip up. So
Well,
like
like
when
this
when you
table.
walk through, like to go behind the bar, it like flips up and stuff. It had
Yeah.
like the neon thing, so we could write, the keg tonight for the keg party is.
Oh, it's great.
Natty
We had,
Light or whatever.
We would have UF basketball players come
Yeah,
and play
it was-
beer pong. It was insane. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And
while
that was
we're
every
there-
night.
But while we're partying, at some point in the night,
Yeah.
there's always like whether at his house or another party or whatever. There's an acoustic guitar. In college, every kid's got.
Which at that time, gotta say, I gotta interrupt because at that time, those weren't the people that got kicked out of the party. Like now, it's like, dude, if
Yeah.
someone brings an acoustic guitar to the party,
Yeah,
don't let him in.
Yeah,
Like, it's,
yeah.
like,
But back then it was like the thing because Jack Johnson was hot, like Dave Matthews,
Yeah.
like that was
Yeah.
so huge. So everybody wanted to be a guitar player or acoustic, playing acoustic. So a lot of people had them. Just whether
was
they played or not, they
appropriate.
had them in the house. Especially in a lot of colleges or college parties. So
It was appropriate.
I'd pick it up.
Yeah.
He'd find, or sometimes they have like piano or keys, or if not. We always say it's funny, like literally he would find like he'd play, the top of this bottle at like a trash can or like turn it upside down and just bang on whatever, like just to with forks
Yeah.
or pens or whatever, just to make a beat while I'm playing acoustic guitar and we just play whatever, like
We
just-
were in Virginia, and I made a whole drum kit out of dip cans and beer cans
Very
and
dip
pencils.
cans.
It
yeah,
was
after a heavy
crazy.
night of like I said, of same
He was
thing, having a
there,
bunch
we
of
did
beers.
it.
Like definitely like straight up dip cans, beer bottles, like he with different amounts of beer in them to
Yeah.
like get different sounds, like with
Dip
hitting with
cans.
nuts.
Just
It was nuts, man.
it's
It was
almost
just-
like the song you're about to sing.
Before
It's the
iPhones.
Kentucky KY.
Yeah,
or-
sure, yeah.
Who knows?
KY doesn't mean Kentucky.
Nah, I don't mean that. Actually has no weird.
That's just-
It's the
no
jelly.
real meaning, but it was early for me. I've got my dad plays music. He played bluegrass music. Shout out bluegrass music. It's like, I
Yes.
grew up on bluegrass and country. Was all like I
Oh,
really
so
listened
good.
to as a
I
youngster.
love all music.
So I mean, I got videos of me playing that stuff. When I was little, or just trying to play it or whatever. I'm sure my dad's got some home videos somewhere of me just trying to pick and play. But it was it was always around me. We went to festivals. I mean, we used to go to Sewanee and watch him play, or go to around, all kinds of all over the South and just go watch him play. So I was always around music. I always loved it, but I was always too scared. I never did choir or lessons or anything like that. Like, it never occurred to me. I really only started playing because my friend across the street started playing. He was his brother started playing in a guitar shop that he worked at, and so I just started playing myself. My dad had a bunch of guitars, so I was like, "Hey, man, you're doing it." He lived across the street. I was like, "All right, I'll try it out." And that was right before I met him, or so it just kind of all bled in. Like, my friend across the street started doing it, I started doing it, met him, and then we started getting together. And like I said, college is where it really started becoming more serious, something that we really liked to do. And whenever we got together, like, we spent time just playing. Like, hey, man, let's play a few tunes together. Even we were just like, I'd ride down and see him in Gainesville. We hang out for a little bit. And it's like, all right, man, let's play a few tunes just by ourselves or whatever, and just kind of hammer some stuff out. And then later in the night, we'd play some more. Whenever we got late night, and that was kind of where, as far as like just playing more seriously, started. And we went to FCCJ a couple years later.
Yeah, but during that
back.
time, really quick, during that time, that's when everyone was encouraging us. They were like, you guys gotta play out. Y'all gotta get paid for this. What are you doing?
He moved back from Gainesville a couple years after high school, so we were like 20, right at 21 or just before.
Yeah.
And we were both at FCCJ South campus, and I saw some people playing out there. Or something was happening on the courtyard, and I was like, hey, maybe we can like ask somebody if we can play out here just for free, just during like the lunchtime, and when everybody's just hanging out in the quad, so to speak, courtyard area. And I asked the dude, and he was like, one of the people at not the president, but somebody that was in charge of all that. He was like, yeah, we can't pay you nothing, but if you bring all your stuff and set up, sure, you can play out there. And we did. I think we have some videos somewhere of us actually playing like Gavin DeGraw songs.
Definitely a picture.
And Jack Johnson, like I said, Dave Matthews, things like that. Probably from the Coldplay.
That person's job title was probably campus entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah, campus entertainment.
And that's when we start. That's honestly when we started going from like that kind of like pop music, more or less, to like reggae music. That's like really in college, which, I mean, it's no cliche to say, but that's when we started finding reggae music. And honestly, which is weird, like Pepper was the first band that got me into reggae music. And then it's like Pepper, they're like, oh, they're kind of like Sublime. They went to Sublime, and they're like, oh, this reggae. I'm like, all right, I got to start at the beginning. So then I went back all the way back, like, Marley and, Tosh and Dennis Brown and, Alpha Blondie, all those different, all the old, Congos and Steel Pulse and all those different ones. I was like, all right, I got to go back and know everything about this, because I just love that style. When they did the skank, I was like, man, I fucking love that. I was like, I got to do that. So and that's really what set it off. It was in college that we really kind of made the switch from doing those kind of, like I said, just some stuff we heard on the radio, stuff that our friends listened to, that I knew that we could play and that they would all sing along to. That's why I learned that stuff. I'm like, well, that's what they all listen to. So if I start playing that, they'll sing that too. I liked them too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I enjoyed those tunes. I mean, that's what I heard. That's what my friends were listening to. So that's what I was listening to.
All right. Speaking of playing, can you tell me about this KY song you're gonna do for us?
This is a song. It's kind of just about relationships, kind of thing. I just kind of thought about different relationships I had with girls and just kind of pieced a story together. It's kind of like a poppy reggae tune. Well, a little bit harder chorus or whatever, like kind of a rock it out to chorus. So it's just like I said, we're going to do it acoustic. Like I said, I'm going to play acoustic, and Joe, I know he's normally plays keys for us, but he's going to play some cajones.
Yeah.
All right.
For this
well, let's get it.
All right.
All right.
Let's do it. Say all the things I need to tell you, they never go through, and I just don't know what to do. But I know one thing, that you were sent from above, and I promise to say we've got one love and one life to live, and we can do that together. I made your life worse, and I just wanna make it better. Come with me, girl, back down to Jack's Beach. Come with me, girl, then I can show you how sweet it can be when we make our love by the sea. Oh yeah. So I say, it's like I love you, but I just don't know what to say. So would it be okay if I told you tomorrow, 'cause I can't today? No. It's like I love you, but I just don't know what to say.
because I am scared of growing up. Maybe I'm scared of not being good enough. I don't know what the future holds, but it will hold us up. Cause you're a risk I wanna take, and a bet I wanna make. And in my arms, girl, yes, I know you will feel great. Let's go and celebrate it, we can make no mistakes. I love you, everything and everything I'm gonna take. Like, it's like I love you, but I just don't know what to say. So would it be okay if I told you tomorrow, cause I can't today? No, no, no. It's like I love you, but I just don't know what to say. So would it be okay if I told you tomorrow, cause I can't today? No, no, no. It's like I love you, but I just don't know what to say. So would it be okay if I told you tomorrow, cause I can't today? No, no, oh, oh. It's like I love you, but I just don't know what to say. And I got a lot of love for you, honey, and I hope that you feel, hope that you feel, hope that you feel the same. Yeah, hope you feel the same. Yeah, yeah. Hope you feel the same. Yeah. Hope you feel the same. Yeah. Hope you feel the same. Yeah, yeah. Hope you feel the same way. Yo, yo.
Awesome job.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
Awesome job on the song. That was KY.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know, this is good words, you know? Like I love you, but I just don't know what to say. Joey has a question for you, and I'd like
Got
to
a
hear what
question
he's
for
got.
me.
Well, man, it's too heartbreaking. The whole "I love you, but I don't know what to say right now." It's not going to be relevant for long.
No.
I don't know if you know where I'm going with this, but Jalen Ramsey told us that he wants a trade from the Jags, and so that's just a little, it's like he does know what to say, and it's I don't want to
Very
be
topical.
here. Yeah, it's topical. We're not gonna be topical. What I was
stay,
getting at
Jalen.
though,
Please
yeah,
stay.
Jackson, these wonderful Jacksonville hat. Okay, this is a you mentioned something about bringing a hat. What's that about?
Got this hat wall behind me.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can see that.
That's fine. It's a hat wall, guys, and
It's a
it's
hat
it's
wall.
nice. It's a collection.
And I wanted to replace all the hats with bands that have hats.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I have the guitar. Can you show them the guitar for all the artists to sign?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was like really bold when you're like,
Which
"Can
we
you
just
bring a
signed.
hat?" And I was like, "Man, people spend like $35 on those things." You know what I mean? But then I was like, I think I got just the one for you. We do have one split tone hat. There's been one that's ever been made. I am in possession of it, and it's just a one-off. It was a great logo. Anyway, this one.
Yeah, we thought long and hard about giving that one, but it was a
We
little
did.
too tough.
We did. We thought of you. This one though is I don't know if any of you guys can see that. You can't, but it says 904 and it has the city. Yep, it has the city skyline. For the other
Yeah,
cameras,
it has
Oh,
our
that's a
small
good shot.
skyline, but
Yeah,
it's powerful.
it is. It's a great hat. So this was given to you.
I believe Nate Holly gave that to me. Shout out Nate
Yes,
Holly.
Nate
who's,
Holly. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
good friend of ours.
Yeah, guy. Who actually, we actually when we can
Oh.
get to, but
What
we
about
did-
signing the hat?
we can
Ridiculously
sign the hat.
talented.
We actually
Yeah, we can.
did one of the only sold out
You
shows
can do it on the sides, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
with Nate Holly. One of the
what
only
was that?
sold out. All local band sold
Uh-huh.
out Freebird. So us, Charlie Walker, and Nate Holly sold. Nate Holly being the headliner, we sold out Freebird, which is like it was the only time it was been done by all local
I've been talking to Charlie Walker too about podcasting
Yeah.
too.
Oh, he's
so
a
we
great
just
friend.
all
He was
about
my roommate for a few
trying
years.
to
Let's
get something scheduled up.
That's the
So
guy.
Charlie Walker.
He's a great friend of mine. Yeah, Charlie, come here. I mean,
Yeah.
what are you doing? What are you waiting on?
Yeah.
So anyway,
I'll come next time too, and we can do our songs together.
Woo!
We got songs. Me
Yeah.
and Chuck got songs together.
That's true.
Like Jim in a bottle that's so hard to swallow, and I don't even know if I can hold this on to you.
But Jackson, this is from Splittone to you. Ryan wore this a good handful of times,
Quite a few-
dozen,
quite a few
quite a
times.
few. And then I promise you, it has sat in our trailer no less than 6 years.
Oh, wow.
So this, there's a patina, okay, and I want you to appreciate it, enjoy this.
I'm
and,
gonna love it.
Yeah,
It's got a lot
That
of
was a great
cobwebs
company.
on it.
Yeah, like I said, it's been in that trailer for a while. We didn't want to, we thought about wiping it off. We thought, you know what?
Let's
It
put
makes
it
more
close to the
authentic.
cameras.
yeah. Show Facebook how cool that that hat is. That hat, like if you made one of those right now, man, I know some friends in the threading industry, and man, if y'all recreated that, ooh, I think it would sell.
So we definitely try to represent pretty hard, but
Yeah, throw Gardner Minshew's face on it. and
anyways,
it'll
we
sell.
digress. We wanted to give
Yeah,
you that
go.
present because
Come
you
on.
said talking about it, but we're stopping you from doing your thing now. We're not
I mean,
trying to
this
take
looks
over.
like a present.
Yeah,
too.
this is a present. This is. It
That's-
is. I'm so glad you
that's-
mentioned that. This is a koozie. We only had a couple thousand made. So, I mean, it's not a party without a koozie. It's an official. That is the official Splittone koozie. It's not any one of the knockoffs.
Yeah.
And so,
I
you
wish
know.
I had a beer right now.
Well, we got some Dasanis.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of water. Isn't that right?
It'll work. It's kind of
Yeah.
it's water.
Yeah.
Split tone koozie.
Man. Proud moment when we got those in.
Lucky.
Proud moment.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
we've seen quite a few of those.
Haven't looked back since.
So how the rest of the band? Because you guys have a big band.
Right. Okay. Well, it started with Thanksgiving. You know, when we're still in college, everybody comes home for Thanksgiving. You know, all your friends and stuff come back home from college. So by the time we were 21, we're like, all right, let's do something funny. We can all go to a bar and do something big. Our friends, a couple kids, a kid that Joey went to grade school with, they had a band, and every Thanksgiving when everybody come home from school, they would do like a show. So it was like kind of cool. They were like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, we'd all get together, go watch them play, you know, reminisce and hang out with everybody that came back from school. Well, when we turned 21, so I guess that was like 3 years after high school, they noticed, you know, we'd been partying with them at their schools and stuff, and they noticed, you know, we'd been playing at just hanging out and doing our thing. So they're like, hey, you guys want to get together? You know, put a little band together, something that you could do, and maybe open up for us on that night. All our friends are going to be there. It'll be awesome. You know, it'll be very chill. You'll be more relaxed and comfortable. Whatever, it'll be a great first gig. It was a place called House of Jam off San Jose Boulevard.
A beer and wine
Yeah,
joint.
only beer and wine, and they opened up. They got people to come, and we packed the place out. They
There
told
was
everybody-
a line. They wouldn't
ran
let
out
people
of
in.
kegs. They weren't letting anybody else in. Like
Yeah.
all our friends were there, family. Like it was huge because, like I said, for 3 years we've been playing everywhere, so people know that we're kind of making some noise as far as just playing. And so by the time we played that one, it was out, and we just kind of I got a couple friends. You know, Joey knew a bass player that went to FCCJ with him, and I knew a guitar player that I knew through other friends. We just kind of put together just something so me and him can kind of do the songs that we wanted to do, which consisted of like Jack Johnson, Pepper, you know, songs like that. You know,
A lot of the same stuff we've been doing in high school that we knew that we could like master, and
Yeah, that
all we had to
play
do was
really
teach
well.
these 3 other guys just to do this,
Yeah.
you know, and then we'll be okay for a night.
And you say 3 other guys. Are the same?
Was it 3 other guys?
I think yeah, Andrew.
Bass
Are
drum.
they
Yeah.
still with
Bass
you
drum?
guys?
No.
The 3.
No, the drummer is the only one that really stayed with us for a little while. The other guys, they just wanted to do other things. Like I said, they were
Yeah.
just kind of helping us out more or less with just putting that together so we could do that show. But after that, that's when we started trying to find people like, hey man, you know, that actually worked out pretty good. You know, let's try to
We
find
might
some
be able
real
to
people.
make
So,
money at this.
Like, yeah, we actually could make a gig out of this. So we kept the drummer. So you know, he played keys, I played guitar. We had a drummer. So we're looking for a bass player, and then found one in Jason Pierce, who also went to high school with us.
Never
And
played a bass before a day in his life.
Never played guitar, piano, nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. He just enjoyed music, liked to watch us play. So like when we were just jamming, we're like, all right, Joey, let's hang out and let's jam, let's work on some tunes. And he would like, hey man, you mind if I come over and just hang out while you guys are playing? I'm like,
That's all
yeah,
he did.
sure.
All he did was hang out.
He would just hang. It would just be there while we were just playing. He's like, I just want to hear. I like those tunes too. Let's hear.
Dude, you're doing nothing but hanging on the couch. Why don't you play some bass?
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what it was. Like we had a bass in the room, and we were like, hey man, this is A, F, A, B, C, D, E, F, just learning the root notes. And he'd write it down on a little memo pad, and he'd just he wouldn't even do like the bass lines of the songs. He would just kind of do the roots. We're like, all right, now here we go. Now, so then we had a friend that we knew from high school.
Sounds like somebody should be breaking the Da Vinci Code right there.
Right, he did. And
I mean, you could teach him like that.
And it was crazy. And he picked it up so quick. Within a year, he was light years ahead of us musically, like knowing what music was. Because I guess he felt like he needed to like step, like really get into it quick because we've been doing it for a while. So he just dove in head first.
We've been slowly doing it for a while, though. Like what we like, exactly what we like, and he's coming out there with all these crazy.
I'm gonna learn this and this and that and the other, and it was crazy. He learned so much. Like I said, he was light years ahead of like knowing numbers and different
learning
theories,
scales from like 3,000 years ago.
we had no clue of, and he got really good. But when we first started, like we first real gig, paying gig that we ever really did, that was like, all right, this is our friend from high school. She was working at a bar. She was a bartender at this place called Time Out. It's now Monkey's Uncle in Jax Beach. She's like, I can get you like $200 or something like that. I think maybe 200.
We're rich.
So us for it, and we'd play our songs. I'd play acoustic. We had the drummer, and our bass player would just be with his memo pad. Like, all right, what song are we doing? All right,
yeah,
like just real, just easy bass lines, And then we had another party. Like I said, we were in college, so we were partying all the time. Another friend we knew from high school that we didn't really hang out with in high school was just so happened to be there. Oh, what's going on? His name was Paul. I was like, hey, what's going on, Paul? He's playing guitar. We picked it up, and he started playing guitar. We're like,
so you had.
Yeah. I still don't know the lyrics to half of our song, the cover songs. But I pronunciate enough to where in a live setting.
Yeah. Let's just say he was always because he played keys or play cajones or play djembe or play dip cans or play whatever. So he was always having the music there, and I just had to sit there and.
I wish I had some dip cans. So
I just had to strum these chords, and just sing.
I want to hear you freestyle on some dip cans.
I mean, where are they?
So that was.
Do we have any number 2 pencils?
Yeah, we did that. We got a new guitar player, got a lead guitar player that helped out a lot, and then we started playing a bunch of gigs. Then it was like here, everywhere at the beach, everywhere at the beach, playing at the Atlantic, playing at Wakey Wakey, playing at all these different places, just playing all over the place. And then I saw Charlie Walker play at the Bricks, and he had a horn player, and I was like, I gotta get one of those. And it was a saxophone player. I was like, damn. I was like, man, we gotta get a saxophone. So we asked him. He's like, hey, man, you only play with Charlie once a week. Can you play with us the other night of the week? Whenever we play. He's like, yeah. So we got a saxophone player. So then the drummer, also from Charlie Walker's band, he's like, I play trombone, too. That's my first instrument.
Wow.
And I was like, oh man. I was like, yes. I was like, we need a trombone. So then while we're playing, started getting bigger and bigger gigs. Then we started getting paid. Like way more money, this is over a year or two, like from like 21 years old to like 23, and it just started building up. We played Sunday Funnies at the Atlantic, and then the Bricks would come over and ask us to play or different.
That's what I'm talking about.
To play for more and more money. I know I'm shouting everybody these names
out,
but
when you got these gigs, are you going in on foot asking for the gigs?
No.
Or is it just word of mouth?
This is all word of mouth.
Everyone in this small like 6-7 block little radius saw that these places were having an awesome night and getting a lot of beer sales and alcohol sales when we played there, and so they just were like, we got to get them in here at any time. I mean, and we noticed that because there was some saturation going on when it's like, well, people, there's like $1 beer night on a Thursday, so that's when I'm going to go see Splittone as opposed to seeing them next door on Wednesday, so.
Right. All that kind of stuff matter. Like, so there's a few people that got us, that pushed us. Like I said, one of our friends, Erica, she's the one who made us like kind of, you got to get up there and go play. Then this girl, Jocelyn, that worked at the Atlantic, she came up and watched us, and she pushed us to everybody, come and play here. And she talked about us a lot. She helped us get into a bunch of gigs and a bunch of different places. Then we started playing, and that's when we started adding the horns. Yeah. And we're seeing other bands too when we turned 21. Like after we played that first gig at House of Jam, going to watch other reggae bands that played around here, like Peely Peely and the Lions of Jah and all those bands. I was like, man, I know I definitely
so
want to do this.
good.
They're so good. And I was like, man, I definitely want to do that. Like
I
exactly what
DJ'd opened up for Lions of John.
Yeah.
Oh man, and they're so killer. So like when they were doing that stuff, I'm like, yes. I was like, I want to do that. I want to be like that on
They're so
stage
good, yeah.
and do that reggae, really kind of reggae music and stuff, and hip hop and other stuff too, and whatever it was, And we started doing bigger gigs. Got the horns. Joey played keys. I played guitar, and we had a lead guitar player and a bass player who was still phoning out of memo pads trying to figure it out, but he started getting so much better. And then we had the original drummer that played with us, and then we added the saxophone, added the trombone, and then shortly after that we added a trumpet. Our friend Nick Causey, a guy who's come with all of his frat buddies from UNF, come and watch us play at a place. And he just came and said, hey man, I know that he knew the lead guitar player at the time. And he was like, hey, I play trumpet. Let me play trumpet with you guys. You got a trombone, you got a saxophone. Let's get a trumpet. So like the first time we ever played, like we didn't even have room on our board for him. I didn't even know he was coming to play. Our guitar player was, oh yeah, by the way, our there's going to be a trumpet player tonight. I'm like, I don't even know him. He don't know none of our songs. What are you talking about?
This is going to be great.
I was like, yeah, this is going to be
great.
just.
I'm looking forward to it.
I was so
That's what
hating
I
on
said.
him. I was like, man, I do not want this. Like, we don't even have room for him on our board, bro. So, and then he ended up bringing his own speaker. Like I said, it was real, organic. Like, man, in the beginning, he brought his own speaker and he'd play. And then after that, we got the drummer that we did have. He wanted to do different stuff. He was a stage man and wanted to do different stuff that he went to school for. So our trombone player went back to drumming. And so we just had two horns for a while, and then we got a new drummer. So that's when we started getting what we like to call split tone mafia.
Yeah, let's get into this. This is a pretty deep
Is
topic.
this like G
Yes, so
unit?
this is our split
There's
tone
like
mafia.
30 of us. There's like 40 of us.
So for real, there's like so many people. Not only
can't-
people that are on the team,
lost
as
count.
far as wives and girlfriends and family members and friends and people that have hooked us up and
Yeah.
helped us out and just come to the shows and stuff. But also, first and foremost, with the players. So like people that have been played with us. We started getting like so many people that could come play with. So like, because a lot of our guys, they play with Fantasia, they play with Tank, they play with a bunch of different other bands. So whenever they would be gone on tour, we need other people to fill in the place. So then by the time, we were 25, we started gathering other people that, our drummer's not going to be here tonight, so we can get you.
How
or
do
we can
you
get you,
how
or
do
we
you
can get you.
keep track when you miss?
I don't even know.
When you miss, let's say you got a trumpet player and he's gone.
Yeah.
Do you go down your list of songs and say, "Oh, we can't do this one"?
Sometimes a little bit, like I said. So when we bring in different trumpet players, so I'm like, all right, our regular trumpet player can't be there. We're gonna have another guy come in. All right. First of all, has he ever played with us before? Yes. All right. We'll do this. We'll try to do the songs that he has played with us before. If he hasn't, we don't
Yes
pick.
or
We don't.
no?
Yeah, we
We
don't
follow
pick.
that.
You're right. We don't pick people that they gotta have a good ear. It's like with us, we do a lot of jamming or a lot of like learning on the spot. They'll come up with horn lines on the spot, so they have to be able to have like the other horn players on
So
the
they're
side
more
just
like-
go like this. All right, we're about to play this. Listen.
Basically, it's like,
It's more like fill in.
were you
Yeah, and they're-
were you
yeah,
a
they just have to be
UNF?
able
Go
to-
by ear.
Right?
Fill-
Did you go to UNF?
Were
Did
you a
go to the jazz
UNF
program?
JE1 student? Then
Yeah,
you're-
were you?
All right, then you're good.
And that's the deal, and that's what it was. A lot of learning on the spot, and like I said, we knew at the time. We've had some people that come up that just didn't really work out. They just couldn't, even though they were phenomenal musicians. People that if we gave them the music, they could learn everything from note to
yeah.
note. But we just don't do it like that.
We would reach out to people that we knew. This was probably, I don't know, 7 to 10 years ago. And it's like, I'm out a lot of ideas. Yeah, me too. And then our drummer, Jimmy, would be like, hold on, I got somebody. And Ryan and I were like, we've never met
Yeah.
them, let alone play with them in a real life setting. And he's like, no, man, trust me, it's okay. And so we were like, all right. And I remember we let that happen. And it was like, okay, that worked out really well. And so that's
a lot
really
of times
how,
it did. Like that's what's crazy. Like the guys that they would offer, like
Yeah,
our guys, but hey, man,
it
you
was
know anybody?
amazing.
They're like, yeah. And then a lot of the times,
They never heard
They
any
were-
song that we played, whether it's a cover or we wouldn't really do originals anyway, but didn't hear 95% of the songs or didn't ever hear.
never,
Yeah,
ever have heard.
Let
any
alone
of the songs
played
that we
with
played.
us. And they just
Let-
locked in.
Yeah.
And
Like
so,
shout like Art, AJ Jones, Will Montgomery, Jimmy Boohill, Javon, Jared.
there's
just
too
a
many
bunch.
to
There's
name.
too many.
I mean,
Ivan Ray,
one's
everybody
in China right
all
now.
the guys-
Paget.
Paget, Jaron Walker, and so many people. that just like said they were just so good that, like I said, our horn players, we're the more the raw talent, right?
Yeah.
We just learn how to play for parties and like, yeah, this party, man, I don't want to get a real job, so they just party, right? The other guys, they actually went to school for it. They went to DA. They went to UNF.
Yeah.
They went to FSU.
Yeah.
They did all this stuff. You know, Corey Wilcox, like guy his dad is regarded as one of the best trombone players ever
In the world.
like in the world right now,
Yeah.
and he's played with us. You know, like
What's his name?
Corey Wilcox.
Yeah.
No, what's
He's
his
one
dad?
of the
You
best
know,
players in
Wesley?
the world.
Wyclef Gordon. His dad is Wyclef Gordon. So we worked with a lot of different dudes, like I said, and they work with a lot of different people, producing, touring, you know, playing and stuff. So
Yeah.
like whenever they had somebody come in, it always worked out. Like for the most part, like I said, anybody that we got from them, like for the most part, it always worked out, or at least worked out for the gig. Like we can get through it. Maybe they didn't play it like we wanted to, or like it wasn't exactly right, but it still got us through the gig and was okay. Like they
Yeah.
didn't make us sound like shit.
There's been a few times it's kind of rough.
Yeah, there's been definitely been a few rough ones, but for the most part, and like I said, those guys, and they're still part of it. We let them, you know, come here and there
Yeah.
or whatever, but
More
and that's
than
when
not,
we started
though.
calling them mafia. So honestly, there's
More
probably
times than not, it's been crazy. More times than not, we've been impressed by what that person
True.
brought to the table.
True.
And so that's just why we feel like we're really blessed. And
That's why we've been able to keep it going for so long
that's
too,
where
because
the mafia came from.
So,
It's
like-
everyone likes coming and playing with us because Split Tone is even bigger than what Ryan or I is. Or I mean, it's that it's playing songs that sometimes you might know what it is, you might not, but we picked a lot of songs that are right under
top 40.
top 40.
They're
and
not top
pop.
40. Like we don't play a lot of top 40.
No.
And the guys have fun playing that because they play all those with every other
Right.
cover band that they play with for money. So
We
they
might do
always
some
have a
from the
good
same
time.
band. We might
Yeah.
do some from the same band. It's just
Yeah.
not that hit that they play. you
Yeah,
know?
right. And that's what I think a lot of people enjoy playing with us.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, there's 7 people in the band normally, like a set 7, but there's probably at least 15 to 25 other people that
Yeah.
we call. Like, so if like somebody's not there, like this Thursday, there's going to be a couple people that won't be there because they're on tour. Since the Mafia started coming about, we've been able to play so many more gigs and get out to so many more different places, and also learn a lot of different stuff about ourselves as far as the sound. Because when everybody comes, you know, there's a slightly different sound with a different bass player, or drummer, or whatever. So, but that's pretty much how we came as far as the band goes. One of AJ's birthdays, we had 14 people on stage, all doing something too, like. They were all, you know, there's like,
SPDS. Gotta have the SPDS.
Yeah, SPDS, 2 drums, like 3 keyboard players, 2
Yeah.
guitars,
Yeah.
bass,
Yeah.
drum. I already said drums.
5 backup vocalists.
Oh yeah, three, like 3 or 4 horn players, and then like 2 backup vocalists and me. Like it's just like you know, nuts. It was for
man.
one of our buddies' birthdays.
Yeah.
And he just like, hey
I
man, you
believe
mind if we
it.
just like rock it out on, you
I
know,
believe it.
and we did. So that was the thing, but.
All right,
We've
we
done a
need to
lot
get-
of crazy shows, that's for
We
sure.
need to get into the next song.
Okay.
Let's do it.
The next song is OIO.
OI? Yeah,
OI.
yeah.
OI?
Oh.
You're from Ohio.
I'm
Yeah.
from Ohio.
Yeah, that's why
Nice.
you thought that.
It just yeah. 'cause
Round on the
it's funny
outside and
'cause
high in the
he's-
middle?
Tells me the first song is KY for I think
That's-
of Kentucky
Right. Of course,
in
yeah.
Ohio,
Right.
Ohio.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Born and
I-
raised Cincinnati, Ohio.
So yeah,
Yeah,
okay, so-
Cincinnati. I got family in Cincinnati. I saw that Reds. Oh, man. Go Reds. Riverfront. What a great time at that stadium.
Get into it, and after that, I want to talk about your cool adventure with top artists.
Oh, the fun
and,
stories.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and
We got
you
some
know,
fun stories.
locations where
Yeah.
you played at
Sure,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. So we got this one that's called
OI.
OI.
All right.
Let's get it.
Hello.
Let's do it. Hey, yo.
I never really know the right thing to say. It always seems to come out the wrong way. But baby, I will try to make it right. 'Cause you are on my mind every day and night. And I will keep trying until I find the things I say to you to make you mine, oh mine. And I hope that I don't take too long. So let me tell you now before you're gone, I'm gone, that I like the way you make me feel inside. You make me feel so right. Why would I make you cry? Oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why? Oh, why? kiss. I like the way you make me hug. I like the way your body moves and grooves and what it does. I love to see you happy and I hate to see you sad. And when I see you mad, I long to make you glad. But most of all, I like you for being you. And there ain't nothing in this world I would rather have you doing. We are just two souls meant for each other. Even though we're different colors, I don't want another lover. Cause I like the way you make me feel inside. You make me feel so right. And why would I make you cry? Oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why? Like the way you make me feel inside. You make me feel so right. And why would I make you cry? Oh, why, oh, why, oh, why? It's always love has been so hard. But we can never ever break or fall apart. And if you ever feel you wanna leave, please don't, and just believe in me. Cause I believe in you all day. And at the end I hope it's enough to say that I like the way you make me feel inside. You make me feel so right. And why would I make you cry? Oh why, oh why, oh why, oh why? Like the way you make me feel inside. You make me feel so right. And why would I make you cry? Oh why, oh why, oh why, oh why? Like the way you make me feel inside. You make me feel so right. And why would I make you cry? Oh why, oh why, oh why, oh why?
All right.
Yo.
What do you want?
Where's the clap at, man?
Give
I
it up,
love it.
Give it up for
Yes.
us. Pete, give it up for me. I
Clap it.
sang
Don't
beautifully,
worry,
didn't
I
I?
gave it.
Don't
You
worry.
played great.
I gave it all I got.
I tried to
Don't
sing
worry.
my
There will
best.
be some crowd in there too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Little drop-ins.
Like some,
Samples.
Actually, I
Like
love.
a Big
What
Bang
I mean
Theory,
is,
like
what I
a
mean
little-
is, I loved that crowd that clapped along.
yeah.
Since we're a live podcast, you know, man, you guys
So-
are great. Back
So
there.
on the last topic we were talking about before
Yeah.
he sang that song, we were talking about how you were playing on some solo cups and stuff like that.
yeah,
But I had some solo cups, so I lined them up for you.
Can't do it.
Here we go.
You want me to play? I want to play.
you want me to
a little,
harmonize? I'll harmonize. Facebook, watch us harmonize. Sing a note.
We're going straight red solo.
I'll just hit some,
solo cup.
hit some chords for you.
1.5.
Alright, let's see.
Is this called Frat Party?
Yeah. This is a
Let's go.
There you go. I feel like I'm back in college right now.
All right.
Oh,
I totally forgot you.
I haven't done that for like 15 years.
I brought back memories.
Good
That's
lord.
what I
Yeah.
do here.
Man, I mean,
I played
dip
solo
cups.
cups. Solo cups were very prevalent in college.
So
That's
what's
for
Well, not
better?
dip cups.
You're just gonna say
not
dip
a dip
cups is
cup.
better?
Oh, I was gonna say dip cup. No, dip
cup.
cans.
Dude, little
Don't
mini-
play. Hey, do not turn a dip cup upside down
True.
and play it, guys. Don't do that. But a dip can, closed, empty, it's fine. Do that. Solo cup. Turn it over. You know?
Maybe a small trash can. Turn it over, get a little bass.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Get like a empty beer bottle,
Give you a little
glass,
highs.
and then 1/4 of the way full, halfway full, 3/4 full, a
I
full.
need to
one.
have you guys back with nothing but
It's gonna be
that.
great. We'll do it.
Yeah,
Trash cans,
We'll do it.
beer bottles, dip
Yeah.
cans. It's going to be like a treasure hunt.
So this I was not prepared for, but one of the stories obviously brought us into it. So I'm glad.
Impromptus.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really genuinely used to the Eagle #2 pencil, but I got 2 matching Sharpies,
And that will be
today.
on your to-do list.
Extra fine
Scavenger
points.
hunt, number
Yeah,
2 pencils.
yeah. No, I got plenty of those at the house. I got plenty of those.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
So we were talking about, after the song, cool artists you guys dealt with.
Oh, man.
And performed with and all that stuff.
All right, dude. We've opened for quite a few big artists that or a lot of artists that we enjoy. Honestly, I even wrote them down because I knew that you probably asked this question because I didn't want to forget any of the good ones that I could think of. But in no particular order and no importance or
Yeah.
anything like that. This is literally just like kind of just a thought that we've had. But big shows that we've played for is Snoop Dogg. We've opened for Snoop, Ludacris, The Expendables,
Time
Pacifier.
out. Snoop Dogg when he was Snoop Lion.
It was.
So
It was
that
right there. It was like
It was like a 3-month period.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
not too
In
long,
a
but it was.
year, we
It
caught
wasn't
him.
right after he became Snoop Lion, but after the album
Yeah.
had come out and it had been out for a while. But he smacked. He did his whole thing,
Yeah.
man. He didn't just do straight Snoop Lion stuff. It was for Florida. It was actually Florida Georgia weekend at Mavericks, and he played. He played there, and it was.
So
it was
That was a lot
incredible.
of
Snoop
fun.
Lion and you guys were at,
Yeah, and we were the direct opener. Yep, for
at
that.
Mavericks.
At Mavericks, yep.
Okay.
We also did, like I said, we did sell out a Freebird show, an all local show, which we talked about earlier with Nate Holling and Charlie Walker. Open for Luda and Snoop and The Expendables, Pacifier, Mac Miller, rest in peace. We opened for him at UNF at a big show they had there. Collie Buds, Flo Rida, Shaggy, Afro Man, Busy Bone, The Wailers, McAnally, Pepper. We've opened for. I actually went on tour with Limp Bizkit. I was an opener for them doing my solo, like acoustic loop, or I play electric
So this
guitar,
is
but like
just
a loop
you?
thing. That was
Or-
just me. Yeah. Actually, that's a pretty crazy story. Like if you want to talk about different artists and stories and stuff that we've had as far as big shows and fun. I guess starting off with, like, if you want to talk about Limp Bizkit, is the first one that comes to mind because we talked about it. But Fred Durst just happened to be in town. They're from, Limp Bizkit is from Jacksonville, so he was in town, I guess, for the holiday, Christmas time, checking it out, just hanging out. And I used to play this place called Fly's Tie every Wednesday, Irish pub in Atlantic Beach.
Down the
And-
street?
Yes, sir. And
Not too
yeah,
far?
it was great. Yeah, it was a great place. I played there for like 5 years every Wednesday, and he just a homegirl that I knew. I guess she knew him. She was hanging out with him, and decided to bring him over there. Just to hang out. He was looking for, he wanted to be in there, but he didn't want to be crowd or whatever. She figured, bring you to Fly's Tie. Nobody's gonna know who you are. They're not gonna expect that Fred Durst is gonna be in Fly's Tie. So you wear your hoodie and your hat, and you had a beard at the time. He's like, nobody will never know you're there. So he did that, and he came up there, and when I got on break, I didn't even know he was there. Like I said, same thing. I saw her walk in. I saw a dude she was with. I just thought, oh, it's just one of her friends. And then he, on a break, a dude came up and said, hey, man, you want to go meet Fred? And I'm like, yeah, man, let's go meet Fred. Like, your friend Fred. I just thought it was just any Fred.
Their friend Fred.
Yeah, their friend Fred, not
Yeah.
Fred Durst. And I thought, like 2 steps away, and I was like, oh, shit. I was like, this is Fred Durst, So, hey, how you doing, And took my picture, asked whatever. And then, like, 2 months later, she called and said, hey, can Fred have your number? I said, yeah. Do it! And he asked me, he said, hey, man, I had an opener back out on me for our first American tour in 10 years. In 2013, and he was like, do you want to open up for 8 cities? I said, yeah.
That's what I'm talking
He
about.
goes, 30 minutes. You just got to do 30 minutes. I just want you to do what you did at that bar, at the pub, play some cover tunes, loop it up, and that's it. And I was like, cool. He's like, yeah, you'll be on the bus with
Yeah.
us.
2013?
in April. I played their first show was in Fort Lauderdale. I drove down there and played, and then they drove up to Jacksonville to play Rockville, and then after that, like literally, I met them backstage. And got on the bus with all my equipment. Met him on the bus and got on the bus, and we went to Asbury Park, New Jersey. Then we went all over the country. I mean, I got to hang out with DJ Sid from Slipknot. I met Vinnie Paul, rest in peace, before he died, in Texas. I Actually, I have a pretty funny Corey Feldman story, which I told us like, all right, I'll try to do it pretty quick because a lot of my friends have heard this. If you've heard this, just tune out for a minute. But because it was just such a Corey Feldman like moment. I don't know, you know, we're older, so we know who he is. He was in the Goonies and all that stuff. 80s heartthrob, big name. Anyways, playing at the House of Blues on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. I'm opening for Limp Bizkit, and they're telling me everybody's going to be there. A few people are going to be there. Sean Penn's going to be there. You know, David Arquette's going to be there. What's this? Corey Feldman's going to be there. So I'm doing my show, or they're doing the sound check, and I'm like waiting for them to do theirs. I'm waiting, you know, putting my stuff together. They're doing the sound check, and Corey Feldman comes out dressed like Michael Jackson, and like a white V-neck, deep white V.
I remember seeing him wearing like.
Well, he was a
stuff.
Neverland Ranch kid. He went there,
Yeah.
like you know, he was friends with Michael Jackson, so he knew all that stuff. So he comes out, and all of a sudden, you know, Sam Rivers, the bass player, boom, 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 started doing Billie Jean, right? And I was like, holy shit! As I said, they start doing it, and he's doing all the moves, right? But it looks, you know, it looks weird. Like he's doing them right, but it's like a corny white dude, like shit, you know. So it just didn't look right. And I was just laughing my ass off. I'm like, oh my god, this is hilarious. So they got done with their sound check. I did mine, and then after that, I went backstage, and I was like, yo, man, you gonna let Corey Feldman really do that? He goes, they're like, yeah. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be awesome. I was like, because they were thinking, what are you talking about? He's great. Like this is gonna go over well. And I'm thinking to myself,
Have you seen his moves?
I was like, did you watch that? Did you watch the same thing? Anyway, so the show comes. It was great. Sean Penn's in the VIP. Like,
What do you mean? Are we gonna get Corey Feldman? Yeah.
What do you mean? Yes, he's definitely doing a Billie Jean cover.
That wasn't just a sound check. That was a dance check.
So we
Dance check 1, dance check 2.
Yeah. So we get done. I do my set. Everything went well. I get done. I go back upstairs. I see Corey Feldman walk into like the dressing room, like Biscuits, one of the bigger dressing rooms with like, you know, like 4 porn-looking girls, you know, just like walking through with all these girls. I'm like, oh man, I was like, this is straight Hollywood, you know, like it's such what you think. Get on. Biscuit goes on stage. They start doing their thing, and I'm side stage. I couldn't let anybody like. Normally they'd let me invite if I knew anybody from that city. I could bring them. They're like, this one, no, it's all our friends and family because they moved out there. It's like cool. So I'm side stage, and they get to the breakdown where Corey Feldman's supposed to do his thing. So you know, and Fred Durst comes side stage, and he puts his mic down so nobody in the crowd can see him, and he looks at everybody side stage, and he goes, "Where the fuck is Feldman? Where the fuck is Feldman?" And I was like, you know, I thought he was talking to me, and I know he's not talking to me because there's 20 people there, everybody's like his assistants and stuff. And I don't know. And like this assistant turns around, and she goes, she thinks, oh, he's up in VIP, so she turns around, runs out the door, and runs right up to, or well, I guess I figured that's what she meant because she didn't run backstage. I knew that, so I go out the door and go straight out to the crowd, and I'm thinking to myself, and it all happened so fast. Like I said, he said that where's Feldman, and she turned around and went out, and I saw her go up into the crowd, and I was like, no, he's backstage in the dressing room. I just came from there. He's up there. So bright idea. Oh, I'll go get him. So, so you know, all happened. Like I said, just all like, you know, I was just there. I was there by myself. I didn't, you know, I knew nobody. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go get him. So I'm running up the stairs, the House of Blues, and it's all coming to me. I'm like, okay, I'm at the House of Blues on Sunset Boulevard, across the street from the Comedy Store, on tour with Limp Bizkit, been riding in their tour bus across the entire country, and I got to run upstairs to go get Corey Feldman to do a Billie Jean cover with Limp Bizkit on stage. It's like, that's my chore right now. I'm hauling out some stairs, and it's all coming to fruition as I'm running up, because all of the House of Blues has a ton of stairs, so I'm running up. I get to the front, I see their photographer, Paris Fisson. Shout out, she's a great photographer. And she goes, and I said the same thing. Like I said, one of 2 sentences I never thought I'd say with full 100% meaning. Like I meant it with everything I had in me because it was happening so fast. I look at her, I go, "Where the fuck is Corey Feldman?" And she goes, she's like, "Oh, he's in the dressing room. He's still got another 5 minutes before show." I'm like, "No." And this is the second sentence I never thought I'd say with absolute just I mean this now. He goes, "No. Fred Durst needs him now." Like, I was like, wait, what? So I just had to tell, like, and for all seriousness, I had to tell Corey Feldman that Fred Durst needed him to do a Billie Jean cover on stage at the Hollywood House of Blues on Sunset. I was like, what is going on? He walked by, he came out of the dressing room with all, like I said, chill, all these 4 girls, 2 on each arm, walking out, and he walked by me. I just look and I go, boop. I like, for real, just touched his arm as well. I go, "Are you real, man?" I go, "What is going on right now?" He's like, "You're goddamn right." And he walks down the stairs, and they just put on the show. He did his whole thing. David Arquette was out there, crowd surfing, throwing his hat. it was nuts, man. Like it was that's like one of those. Like I said, when you go on tour, you got to want to have one of those stories, and that was definitely one of those stories for sure. We've had other stories too. Like I said, we've gone to St. Thomas to play. They put us on the radio there. We
were there for like a week.
You had songs on the radio?
Well, not songs on the radio, but when we went down there, they promoted us. So they said, "Hey, come on the radio. We'll promote your show." Like this one lady, we were playing at the place called Ocean Club, and she came up and said, "Hey, we're going to
Ocean Club Jax Beach?
Yeah.
back in the day." And she goes, "Hey, it was like October. I'm going to open up a store in the Virgin Islands. I want you to come play when I open it up." We're like, "Yeah, sure, whatever. We'll give you." But
Here's our
but you
card.
got to take everybody serious as a DJ. You know,
Yep.
you never know what might come out. You know, even though she didn't look like she was going to come with nothing. Whatever. Yeah, here you go. And then in March, she gave us a call. "Hey, remember I talked to you about coming to the Virgin Islands and playing?" "Yep." "Can you be here in a week?" "Yes, ma'am." He's like, what's the deal? You can be here for 5 days and we're going to play you whatever. We went down there and did that. I mean, there was a whole nine. Like, we got off stage. Got off the plane. There were split tones signs with dudes in suits coming to pick us up in Escalades and stuff. Who do they think we are, man?
Yeah.
Wow.
Our driver was named Red Bull.
Yeah, Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Yeah, and Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Yeah, man, like that island accent, man. And it was such. It was
So it's like
dope,
Red
man.
Bull.
My name be Red Bull.
Yeah. And, so we got on the radio. We did all kinds of stuff down
So
there.
I want
like,
to
they just
get
promoted us
into. So I hear you guys met Posty.
Oh.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
how it started. It's like I know I'm talking a bunch now.
Post
but
Malone.
it only happened because it happened to me, so to speak. As far as he was in town, for a show that he did with Future on a Wednesday night, and I guess after the show, he's asking people where he needs. Where do I go to party? Where's the place to be? They said Jax Beach. So he came to Jax Beach, and he came to Surfer. And I'm at Surfer. I was playing there solo, just playing a gig, whatever, doing my own thing. And he walked through the door, and I was like, I took my girl to see Justin Bieber the year before, and he opened for Bieber. I didn't know who he was when he opened for Bieber. I saw that dude, he did his rap. He opened for Bieber. I watched him. I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. And he's and I didn't know. So then that's the only thing I've ever heard of him ever. So a year later, he walks into Surfer, and he walks through the door, and I'm like, damn. I was like, how do I know that dude? I was like, this is 3 years ago.
This is before
This is
White
before-
Iverson.
Oh no, right after White Iverson.
Right. Yeah.
Right after, he was 22 years old. Like I said, this is after he hadn't even blown up yet. He hadn't been a headliner yet. He wasn't even a headliner at the time. And so he walked through the door. I was like, damn, looks like that dude that opened for Bieber. What's his name? It's like, what's that dude's name? Oh, Post Malone. So anyways, I'm doing all on my head while I'm playing the gig, and he comes out and sits right in front of me on the table. I get done playing my set. I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back. Get off, and he's like, hey, man, come here. I already got, I was like, what's going on? He's like, I want to get you a beer. I want to talk to you. I was like, cool. So we just started chatting about Sublime and all the different bands he liked. And, dude, he knows all that old stuff. He's, like I said, he was 22 at the time. He's talking to me about Blink-182 and Sublime and old Biggies and different stuff like that. And I was like, man, this dude is cool. We went upstairs, was talking, and then he goes, hey, man, I'm here till Friday. I don't have to leave till Friday. What should I do tomorrow night? I was like, yo, come up to Lynch's. Big shout out to Lynch's, who helped us out a lot.
Yeah. Big shout out.
Yeah,
That's
we've been
where
there
I
for-
met
we've
you
been
guys
there
the
for almost
first
10
time.
years.
Yeah.
We've been there for almost 10 years playing. So
Oh, we love them.
and we're still there every Thursday night. Come check us out 10:30. But so I go come to Lynch's. I got a big reggae band. It's better than me playing by myself. You come check it out. Horn section, the whole nine.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah,
way fucking better. You know what I mean?
I'm
Because-
right here.
Yeah.
Because the master has
No, I'm
been-
kidding.
But
It's like, all right.
he's like, all right. So he's like, let me get your number. So the next day, I'm going up to start setting up at Lynch's, and I text him. I was like, hey man, I don't know if you the whole nine. I don't know if you remember me. I saw you last night. I told you to come up to Lynch's tonight if you get a chance. It was nice to meet you. Nice talking to you. And he texted me back. He's like, man, I'm already here. I was like, really? It was like 9 o'clock. He goes, yeah, man. He goes, you didn't tell me you could smoke cigarettes in here. This shit is awesome. Because he's from LA, so he can't smoke nowhere. So he was at the time.
A friend of mine met him at Lynch's,
That was that night.
and it must have been that
Yeah,
night.
Wow.
absolutely.
And he said, dude, Post Malone is cool as shit.
Nice,
Dude, he was
man.
the coolest
So
22-year-old
nice.
I've ever met in my life. He was cool with everybody. Took a picture
Posty,
with
I hope
everybody.
you're watching. I hope you're
talked
listening.
to everybody.
Did you
He
see
was
Post
so
Malone
cool.
on the Breakfast Club where they were just trying to play him
Yeah,
out?
that was a couple years ago
He
too.
is cool as shit.
Absolutely,
He's super
man.
All
cool.
the Jacksonville people
Man,
love him.
great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, down to earth, super nice guy.
I even went up to him on our break. I have one of his songs playing. It was just on my playlist. Just when we take a break, try to keep the energy going. So I'll play songs on my iPhone and stuff. And I came up to him. I was like, hey man, one of your songs might come up on my jam list while we're chilling or when we're on site. I was, is that cool? You're gonna feel weird about it? A lot of rappers would be like, hell yeah, put it on, or like I'll go up there and sing it, and do all that kind of stuff. And he was like, no man, you can play it, and just chilled. Like he was just chilling with it. It's like he put it on. He didn't like start wilding, like saying, yo, this is my shit. Yo, check me out. This is my song. He just honestly like he did like it wasn't even on.
He didn't try to steal the light.
Like it was
not
any
at
other
all.
song
And he
on.
even came up and performed with us.
Right.
Like I said, I'll show you videos. I might send you videos that you could maybe put on. Is that of him doing like Sublime?
And this is at
He did like
Lunches?
Santeria, which he just did with Sublime with Rome. I don't know what on Facebook or something. He's got a video of him doing those songs with actual Sublime.
It's foreshadowing.
And this
like
is foreshadowing.
3 years ago.
He did some Biggie, Blink 182, Sublime, Nirvana. He was singing like Teen Spirit with us. Smells Like Teen Spirit. Joey got on the drums for that one. And it was, like I said, it was nuts. That was super cool. We've had other people come up, like reggae dude, like from Fortunate Youth, the lead singer from Fortunate Youth, Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly come up and he sang his stuff on stage with us before.
Awesome band.
And stuff. But
they're super
great.
They're so good.
They're coming back
Man,
soon.
those guys are so
I used to
good.
DJ Reggae Sunday, so I have.
Fortunate
Fortunate
Youth.
for sure. And so those guys,
They're
but
up there.
but for lynches, but Post Malone, like him coming up and like doing that, it was super cool. It was so chill, and it was right before he was already popping off, but it was like right before he he's everywhere. So and he came back like 2 years later, and I texted him, he didn't have the same number. I was like, but I was like, I'm sure he's changed his number 16 times since then.
What about Revolution?
I've actually been backstage with Revolution before at a show, but I've never.
Cause I know they're hanging out in Jacksonville a lot. Cause I was just at a restaurant not too long ago, and they were there.
Yeah, well, they were in town for the show, which I went. They were here for 2 days. They did a 2-day show. So I went to the first one, but I know they've done even like trash pickups on Jack's Beach, like gone and do like hey, go pick up some hey, everybody come out and let's pick up
And
some trash.
I heard some about Busy Bone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's like a childhood made in heaven for me because
I grew up on that too.
Dude, growing up and like Crossroads video, because back when videos were videos,
when they first came out, they were trendsetters.
Like, dude, TLC, Waterfalls, and Bone Thugs and Harmony, Crossroads, like those videos were so huge. Like I remember those being so big. And like, and not just the videos, but also their music. I had tons of other songs, of course, but and that style was so many people do that now. That triplet, like that's all Bone Thugs. Yep. So Busy did a show at Brewster's. It was a place called Brewster's, it's a little pub that was like a small venue, and he was just doing solo. And so he came and did a show, and we did like the after party. So like there was like a small venue right here, and then next door there was a bar, like a pub.
Which is funny. Sorry, you're gonna pick up right there, but it's amazing. I mean, God bless. I wish you hadn't said the name of the place, but it doesn't matter. But like it opened up, run down.
Yeah,
which was unbelievable. Like, cause we were there like within the first couple months, I think, and it was like y'all didn't even paint the walls from the last place that closed down, did you? And no, we didn't. No,
we absolutely did not. We're just doing venues, and so they did like that. And he came next door after the after party with something that we were playing. And he walked through the door, could do like a meet and greet or whatever. And I see him walk through the door. I'm like, oh shit! I was like, we know that one song. I was like, and we don't even do the right beat. We do like another song.
It's a totally different melody.
Yeah, and I want to say it for YouTube vision, but we did like a different cover song, and I just so happened to all right, I can do the rap over this song. So I started doing I would probably say like Notorious Thugs, right? So I do Biggie's part. So I said, Armed and Dangerous. Start doing like that. And of course he hears that when he walks to the door. He starts walking his way to the front. And this is, you watch on YouTube. He comes to the front, he sits right there, and then it gets to his part, because he comes next on the song. And so he's like, he grabs the mic and he's like, all right, slow it down. That Cleveland style.
Oh, we slowed it down a lot.
Slow it down a bit. And you get, and he's like, 7 a.m. up in the morning, got been and I was like, oh, it's like we passed the mic off to like 11,
so
like,
cool.
and I'm thinking about, like, I'm on stage thinking to myself, like, yo,
it was like almost like karaoke to
it's like
real life.
What is going on right now, man? I was like, yo, it's just so crazy, like. Cause I remember, see you at the cross, like I can see, see a little video. I'm like, he's right there, and like I said, that's why we kept going. Really, is because every year we always did something that was like super cool. That we're like, let's keep going. Like we played at Miami before, like the year before the Super Bowl when the New Orleans Saints won.
Mhm.
For I think it was that
Versus
one.
the
Or,
Colts.
Saints versus the Colts, where they won like in 08 or 09.
42.
For,
I don't know.
Yeah, the further when after Katrina hit or whatever, I think that was like that year, and
Yeah.
we were playing at the Clevelander in South Beach. Like the spot.
Yeah.
Playing like different spots. We playing in
The
Panama City
owner,
for summer.
the owner saw us that night, and he gave us a room
Yeah.
for an hour. We were just like, "Hey, man, we're tired. We're gonna crash." And we went up there, and we got in the room, and it was about the size of this room, and we got in there. There's 6 or 7 of us,
Yeah.
and we were like, "I don't think anyone can crash, man. I just don't know. I think
Yeah.
we gotta take our chance. I think we gotta go home."
We've got all kinds of crazy stories like that, man. With
Yeah.
just playing in Tampa, bringing like the whole bar back to the crib, to party and just vibe. Like we've done so many things, bro.
It's like there's
I mean,
been a
that takes us
caravan
right-
to a gig.
That takes us to the next question of where's the biggest place you probably played at?
Oh, I don't know.
The biggest.
That might be the Seawalk Pavilion, which has been consistent. But I mean, I'd say
that's
there's
probably the most people we play.
there-
Well,
that's
because I know it's not a huge place, but at times there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
So like there can be like a couple hundred
Out of
people
all
there,
the
but there's also been
festivals-
like probably 5,000 or 6,000, or maybe Dancing in the Streets.
Yeah, that
Remember
was a big one.
Dancing in the
That
Streets was a
big one.
really,
So
really
you're
big
keeping it
one.
local with your
Yeah, those are the biggest
places.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, well, those are the biggest ones that we've done. Is like
Yeah.
local. Is like, it's just like I said, Dancing in the Street. That was probably the biggest one, like down at the end of Atlantic Boulevard, and we headlined that, and it was like I said from having
That was a
one
sea of
ocean like to our
people.
right here, and like the stage was right here, and like so the ocean was right behind our back,
Mm.
right there on like First Street or Beach Street, whatever they call it down there, and then it was like people all the way to Third Street.
Yeah.
Like it was just a sea of people all the way to Third Street. So it was nuts, man.
Yeah.
Just having so many people. Like, and
That was
we've
a
always
good time.
always wanted to be a party band. Like so we started playing all those different songs like Coldplay's and JAXCIN, and I love those tunes. But I noticed in the beginning, like when we started playing those, people were like, "Hey, you
Yeah.
want to go to the bathroom? Let's get
Yeah.
a drink." When they slowed it down. So I was like,
Yeah,
"Let's
when
do
dudes
party
are
songs."
asking each other to go to the bathroom together, it's like, ah, man,
Yeah, it's
let's
like,
find a
that
new
was the
song.
wrong song.
Scratch this. Fuck this song.
Yeah, we're not doing this song anymore. So we just want to do fast songs, medleys. So like we go one song to the other, keep a party going. Like that's always been our deal, just to like
Yeah.
the party, have a good time, keep it fun. Even if we mess up, like that's kind of the fun part. Like so, if I'm playing and I hear the bass player mess, I kind of look back at him and smile, like, and not instead of being like, "Oh, what's you going?"
Yeah.
It's just it's gone like
I'm
that.
gonna
It's
find
how-
you.
Yeah, it's like,
Most of
Let's
the
have
time,
fun.
the
And that's why I
drunk
think-
crowd is not even notice.
and that's why I think the
Nah.
Mafia loves playing with all the people that we
Yeah.
have playing with us. They like
It's
playing with
loose.
us because it's loose, and and we
Yeah,
run
it's
the
loose.
line of being. We want to set a standard and put a product out that is nice and everybody wants to hear, but also keep it living room style like this right now, where it's
Right.
like, we're having fun with you guys. Like it's not.
I mean, that's
it's
how it all
not-
got started.
Like I said, Pepper's like that. That's why honestly, that's what I've always loved about watching the Pepper
Yeah.
live show is that it's very chill, very cool, and that's
I like it.
So that's our story, man, for the most part, and we're just
That's
still
a
trying to do it.
Splittone story.
that was
I'm
a,
gonna-
that was a
there's-
30-minute segment.
Oh wow! Well, you're gonna have to cut
I'm gonna
down on
stick
a lot.
to it.
No, I don't have to cut down.
I'm gonna stick to that.
So yeah, guys, please come check us out. It's always a fun time. Like, we'll be good. There'll be other.
Do you guys
bands.
have a spot do you always play at?
Lynch's every Thursday?
Every Thursday.
That's where if you want to catch the band and
Yeah.
have a good, like I said, and catch the Mafia, different people every week. It's Thursday at Lynch's, 10:30 to 1:30. So we've been there for
it's
10
fun.
years.
I mean, it's a good time.
Yeah,
Every time.
every time.
For
It really-
10 years, everybody's
Everybody's
started out on
loose.
Tuesdays.
Everybody's in good mood.
At some point, every single Thursday for 10 years.
Yeah.
At one point, I always look out and go, "Wow, really? Like, man, this is awesome!" Like,
Yeah.
there's always so many people, or at least the people that are there are smashed to the stage, having a vibe and having a good time and enjoying the tunes or clapping up. It's always a good vibe. That I said every week I look around and go, "Geez, it's like this is great."
For some reason, there's something about that place that has just always captured. I don't know if it is the intrigue about like who's gonna be there that night. I mean, it's pretty consistent other than Fridays and Saturdays. I mean, we've been there for Thursdays for about 5 or 7 years, and then we were there Tuesdays for about 3 or 5 years and
Yeah.
before that. So I don't know if people keep coming back to see us or they think someone else will be there that Thursday.
Yeah, I
We
don't know.
finally
Like I
got
said,
fired
we've been there
out,
for
but
10
it's
years.
worked
It's
out.
I can
It's
tell
worked
you.
out.
Yeah.
I can tell you. They just know
It's worked
that
out.
night
It just works,
is
man.
you guys.
Yeah, it
It's
just
good.
Works. It
I
just
mean-
works, man. And like I said, we can't
Yeah,
can't
we're-
thank them enough. Can't thank our, all the people that play with us enough. Like I said, me and Joey started this as just me and him, and we didn't know where it was gonna go. We just kind of figured it out, and it's been an awesome ride.
Jackson, we've watched people see each other for the first time, meet, get together, if you will, get in a relationship, get married, have a kid, and then get divorced and are still there.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that Ryan and I have seen a whole full circle relationship.
Of people like that said coming out of college, have a relationship, getting
crazy,
like,
man.
We've
witnessed that's what I feel like. In all the years, I took a little bit of hiatus because I got I got 4 kids of my own. But being up there and seeing all those people and throughout the years and the friendships that develop, and I mean, it is truly crazy because we have seen that. Like. Mm-hmm. You just meet and then you're divorced and you're like, I fucking hate him. You know what I mean? Like,
it went from straight, like,
I love
we've
it.
had waves of friends, or waves of fans. So, like, the first wave, and that was the reason that we did so well in the beginning, is because we were all from here, and we had tons of friends from high school and college that just came and watched us. So, like, the first 3 years, it was all because they were all 21 too, so they didn't have nothing to do. They were in college, they had the time, and then when they got older and started being 25 and started getting jobs and relationships and all that stuff, then we get the new wave of the younger kids that were just being 22 and fresh to 20. And every like 3 or 4 years, we get just waves of fans. So, like, we have like 5 different sets of friends or friends/fans, from different eras of us playing over the past 10 years. Like, for the first 2 or 3 years it was them. For the next 2 or 3 years it was them. Next 2 or 3. So like we have like people, younger and older people from different eras. Like you said, we've seen people who have nothing. Like they're single now. They have then they have a family, for friends and whatever. Divorced and back is watching us play. From the whole circle, from everything, are people that, barely get to come see us. They only get to see us at the pavilion. And when they play, it's like, oh man, I used to love seeing you guys at night. I can't see you anymore. So I love seeing you guys at the pavilion because it's during the day. I can bring my kids and watch you play, like, and they can enjoy you just like we do. And like I said, I got kids of my own. We got kids. We bring the kid whenever we do a show. We normally bring the kids up on stage for like
now we do.
Yeah, like the end of the song. But
never would have thought that would have happened.
Yeah.
12 years ago.
Yeah, no kidding, man. We have so many kids now in the band. Like within the band, we'll have another split-tone split-tone mafia whenever they get of age or whatever. Maybe we'll have a little Partridge Family bus or something.
Are you already training your kids playing instruments?
Yeah. My guys are dancing and playing guitar, trying to figure out something. They definitely, or mine definitely love it. I'm sure he's the same way at his house.
Yeah, right now they're I'm not putting them on an instrument as I was. Like, I had to get on one at 6 years old, and I have a 7-year-old right now, and I'm kind of letting her. I mean, she loves music, and that's what's important. For me, it was shoved down my throat I love you, Mom, but you had to go do this. It was a discipline, and it is a great discipline, but for my daughter, I want her to get a feel of it a little bit, and then I'm going to say, all right, pick your instrument, and I will. And
whatever you want to do.
Say,
and that's what my family was cool about. If you want to play, cool.
I'm making her
commit
do
it, cool. But I'm not gonna push you. You do whatever you want.
You got to find
if
something.
they want to sing, cool. If they want to rap, cool. If they want to play basketball, whatever they want to do.
I love it. So, but in my house.
Hey, that's cool. Ryan.
I'm laying down the law.
Ryan,
in my house, you're gonna
something.
You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn an instrument. Okay, but you get to pick. I didn't have that choice. You can pick. You just got to commit. I don't know if it's going to be a year or whatever. I'll talk that over
some kind
with
of season.
Sarah.
Just like you
yeah,
if you want to play soccer, you got to commit for the season.
Really, they are at that age. Look, the thing is, when you learn, I think that this is what has saved my life. Yes, Mrs. Tosh, when I was 6, she said Joey is terrible at this, but one thing that did. I wanted to learn guitar next, and then I found out, that wasn't what I wanted to do. And then after that, it was drums, and that really stuck. But it's just one of those things that really helps children cognitively and as all along the learning spectrum. You know what I mean, Jackson?
Well, you learn all that commitment and discipline, and respect for the craft, and all that different
math,
stuff.
reading, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it's all numbers. Learning, but.
When I grew up, it was baseball,
basketball,
football than music, and then music still
Sure.
be forever.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think music is just as important as whichever
arts.
sport.
I mean, I was
And
doing
when
music
we did them
between
both.
all those.
The arts
Yeah,
itself
yeah.
are
But-
important. You know, America's
You
always
know-
been good at the arts. Our best thing that America has is movies and music.
Yeah,
You know, that's like our best things in
100%.
the world, and they're trying to put those, get rid of those
Well,
things. So
music
don't-
music controls your
More
mood.
money to the youths.
Most
for
I mean,
me, I
if you
think
want to be in a good mood, put a good song.
yeah,
on.
Right.
Boom.
Well, and I think if you want a kid to learn, get them exposed to that type of music, and then be like, "Do you want to learn that?" You know, like I had to learn these songs that sucked. They fucking sucked. It was like, "Hey Joe," and it wasn't even chords. It was like, "Joe, guitar." Lesson 1, Ode to Joy. So it was like bling 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 bling. I was like, fuck this. And they're like, no, your recital is in a month. Learn it. I'm like, dang it, man.
I don't wanna
Okay.
learn that.
Yeah, no, I don't want to learn
that.
that. I was like, but circling back, do we have some Counting Crows, some nice Counting Crows I can get into?
Maybe a little Sister Hazel, perhaps. Can we get
Yeah,
into a little of
they're
that?
like, no, but that Ode to Joy, it's not even finger picking. It was a pick.
Yeah, ding, ding, ding,
Bang,
ding,
bang,
ding.
bang, bang.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
can definitely do
it was so terrible. I was like, if I am ever going to teach a kid to play an instrument, I'm never going to teach them this way. That's what I learned. I
What
was
do you
like,
want to learn?
yeah. And then let's
Teach you
learn
the
that
ba-
song.
Let me teach you the chords. Anyways.
Yeah, that's it. But that is how I am. And I feel like it is important to the youth. Should have done it by now as a dad, but
Yeah.
I get with a 7-year-old. But I think I'd like to get her started on something soon.
Well, speaking of playing some music,
Let's do it.
All right.
let's get into this next song.
Yeah.
Which is what? Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I got that one
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
almost like Ohio.
I know.
Yeah, I
I
feel like
they're
I
weird. They're
just-
all just like letter. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of, I don't know.
I just typed that into
I don't really
vocal
care about
assistance,
naming
and you
the-
just said,
naming the
oh,
songs.
oh. I was like, all right.
I know when everybody asks me, what's the name of that song? I was like, I don't know. It's just whatever.
Yeah,
It's
it's
something
nothing
called-
but a
yeah,
letter.
just-
So what's
Another
it about?
letter.
Same things. Like I said, relationships, you're just drawing on it. This is more of an R&B song. I'd say a little more like different chords, but like I said, more rap kind of R&B-ish song that's just, like I said, about relationships, stuff that are drawn on from different relationships and, are different things I've heard from other people, like that they've gone through, take everybody else's story and try to make it something that people can relate to. Something that, like I said, when you hear the lyrics, hopefully it's something you've heard about or been through, or you can make it relate to yourself some way.
All right. So we got Split Tone with Oh, and let's get it.
Let's do it.
I always felt you were my soulmate, but the ship has sailed now and not your one and only. Yeah, I know that it was all my fault. I know I was the one that opened the door and just walked off. But we kept breaking up and making up, and now we can't even say what's up. Some things got tough, some things got rough. But remember the times that we used to have when you weren't sad and I was mad. The love we had, you used to make me feel like oh, 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 oh. 'Cause you don't understand and you can't believe what she does to me. She made me feel like oh, 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 oh. 'Cause it ain't the way that it used to be way back in the day between you and me. Just I always thought we'd be forever. Then the times got through. That's when the ties got severed. Then you found that boy and you walked down the aisle with the man that isn't me. I guess he walked that extra mile. And I could chance at our romance, and I can't remember a time and stance where we didn't play the same song and dance. But I kept believing every season, kept our love from breathing. It all happens for a reason. But you used to make me feel like oh, 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 oh. 'Cause you don't understand and you can't believe what she does to me. She made me feel like oh, oh. Yeah, we be like oh, all the time we be like oh. 'Cause it ain't the way that it used to be way back in the day between you and me. Just
like, oh, oh, oh. Cause you don't understand and you can't believe what she does to me. She make me feel like, oh, yeah, we be like, oh, all the time we be like, oh, cause it ain't the way that it used to be way back in the day between you and me. Just my man.
All right, make some noise for Split Tone.
All right, you guys are great. All y'all are so great, and I want to thank everybody so much. I think, is that my wedding ring that fell off onto the ground?
Wow, I was wondering what that was.
No. It was a Sharpie. Okay, we're good.
No, you ain't got your wedding ring on. It fell off.
It's in my pocket.
Oh.
Oh, God bless it. Yep, it's in my pocket. Ah, good. Hey, so to wrap...
Do you want to start over?
No. To wrap things up, I want to say thank you, Jackson. This was amazing. I hope you love our hat.
Lucky.
It represents the 904. I hope you love our koozie. May you drink in prosperity and solitude, but not solitude confinement. Yeah,
Solitary.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. I'm not counting if anybody is, but I just want you to continue to do great things, and I think
Yeah,
that
man. Looking
hat's
forward to listening to other podcasts.
yeah, that hat's gonna help you do great things, and your wall of fame, your wall of hats, prosperity all
I got the
amongst
wall
that
of fame
wall.
of hats, and I got the guitar.
Yeah. Oh,
That's a good
man.
start. We're glad to be the first one to sign that guitar. I know you've done other things,
And
but
hopefully
Yeah.
when
we're
you
the
come
first ones
back,
on that
I have
one.
a mural right here.
But like,
Yes.
what else can I do to show you that I'm thankful? You know what I mean? Like because I'm grateful. You got a mixer there. We don't need to
Y'all
sign the
bless the
mixer.
mic. That's what I was thankful
Oh
for.
man,
shit.
thank you so much, Jackson. Hey, thanks for having us, man. I feel like
You know,
honestly, time out. I'm sorry, but I don't think we've ever shared this story.
Right.
You know, and I think that's cool.
We
It's
did,
been
we did.
12 years, right? 12 years. We've been on a couple. What is Jacksonville Good Morning show? First Coast Living. Yeah.
We told these stories, but never like in depth, like really going in and like having a podcast.
This is now
see,
archived.
you
Our
guys are
story's
starstruck.
archived.
You guys are starstruck on Post Malone and all this stuff. I'm starstruck with you guys.
Oh,
man,
I
no.
appreciate
You know
that,
what I'm
man.
saying? Because
We're
it's
friends.
like, man,
We're
it's got
friends.
one of the top bands right here.
I appreciate you saying that, man.
You know,
Yeah, and like
It's just fun.
and this is the first podcast in this studio.
hey, man, we're doing a lot of firsts tonight.
And it's just like, go hard or go home, more or less.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I was trying to get some, practice reps with some other people, and then it was like,
hey, man, let's go big.
Keep doing what you're loving, and that's the only thing we've found out in this time. One thing we could have capitalized throughout the years maybe is some social media, YouTube, whatever video. I'm sure in the early beginning stages of YouTube, it could have been great if we had figured out some kind of formula for it. But at the same time, the formula we figured out was doing something we love. We went out and did it. People reached out. We got to a point where people reached out to us. We didn't have to go out and make sales. People were calling us. And so that was, I have a feeling that's a lot of anything you do in life. And that's just what we've done in life. And so
We enjoyed it. It's always taking that next step every year, like to do something
Yeah.
cool. So we just
this
kept
is going to
doing
be
it.
on YouTube and SoundCloud.
It's been
and
easy.
Other things.
Well, we got our stuff on Sound. Speaking of stuff, our original tunes are on SoundCloud.
yeah, we're on SoundCloud.
If you want to check them out,
You can find us on
Split Tone.
Instagram.
Yeah,
Tone,
find us on
SoundCloud.
Instagram, Split Tone, Facebook, Split Tone.
Facebook, yeah.
We each have our own individual Facebook
And
pages,
and
we do.
is it one word or two words?
I believe it's,
it's-
2 words.
Yeah, I think it is 2 words.
I think it's 2 words. Try both of them. Try Split Tone, SPLITTONE. We've gotten a lot of the split tones.
It's definitely not the
evidently-
split tones. It's not split tones. It's
It's just-
SPLITTONE.
Yeah.
Only thing that may waver is there might be a space between split and
Yeah,
tone.
that's the only thing, a hyphen or a space or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only difference. I've quick little story. I remember being in Atlanta one time and at a bar and just not doing there for music, just going to visit a buddy. And this girl comes, looks at me, and she goes, Deftones? I was like, no. She goes, Jack's Beach? I go, yeah. She goes, Split Tones? I was like, no, Split Tone. I was like, but she was like trying to get there.
The effort though, and to call you like one of the Deftones.
Yeah, I was like, dude, it was a great honor. But anyways, but yeah, check us out on all
Be
the
quiet
media
and drive.
stuff. Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. Look out for SoundCloud. We got original stuff up there. We're playing Oktoberfest October 13th with a bunch of good bands. It should be it's one of the biggest festivals they do every year.
Yeah,
it's nice weather. It's cool. There's so many people out there. It's awesome, man.
It's a great time. Check it out. I mean, everyone needs to come out there.
Again, thank you very much for having us. I said I know we had to cancel on it last week, so I'm glad we finally got to figure it out. Thanks for letting us play. Thanks for letting us talk about our bullshit and all our stories.
Jackson,
so now we at least have a documentation of us.
It was a smooth transition.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a great night. I'm glad we got to hang out with you.
I thought it was going to be awkward.
No,
I was nervous.
We didn't know what we were going to talk about, and I was like, Joe, honestly, I was like, let's just let me ramble on like I do, and you take off.
I saw this happening,
and I was like, I'm just going to talk about all. I was like, let's just. Give him as much content as he
wants.
He
like a mediator.
It's great.
I give him a bunch of content.
He's like a bridge between you and me.
It's perfect. I give a lot of content. He breaks it up and shares the good points with you. But that's it.
Shake and bake.
Hey man, thank you so much.
Yep.
Can I shake a hand on
Absolutely, bro. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's been great, man.
Podcasts can shake hands, and that's what I appreciate about that.
Yes. Big up to the Herbs. Big up Jackson. Big up Jacksonville, local bands, everybody. Please go check out your local bands, local art, local clothes, local food, local everything. Anybody that you know that's from here, please go support
wherever
them.
you are.
Wherever you are. Anywhere, wherever you're at.
Local.
Whether it's Jacksonville, if you're here, support us. If you're wherever you're at, support your people.
And I'll tell you
real
quick why I want to do this, because I want to broadcast local bands.
Cool.
And local artists.
Love it.
Because I think we have great talent here.
Agreed.
Oh, world class.
And if nobody steps forward and broadcasts these people, just like the local radio station won't play your local artists, you're never going to be a New York. You're never going to be Atlanta. You're never going to be a California. You gotta have. I agree. You gotta support your own local talent. So
Jackson, hey man, thank you so much.
I think it's a great way to end the show. And of course, like always, like at the end of every show, thank you for listening. We appreciate all the fans and stuff. And a big up to everybody. And Split Toe Mafia, bitch.
Well said. Well said.
If you'd like to help support the show promoting local talent, please cash app us at $Jack's Local Radio Show.
Please, Mr. Weedman, pick up my phone call. I need some herb and I need it right now.
My man.
Got it.